Thank you very much for joining me on this Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. A couple big areas we're watching, this one and this one. Now this one is really tied together. Both of these are really tied together, but a big spin here, and look at that plume of moisture it's drawing in. I'm going to dive down into the Caribbean, get a look at those wave heights, and then another system crossing the U.S. This is a lot of what came out of California, causing the massive issues back there. California cleaning up over toward Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island. We get into eastern Canada, dealing with the snow kind of recovery. So ton going on across North America. And back into South America, you get that plume of moisture right there. Look at this bubbling up. Exactly what we were talking about yesterday, right? With the rain that was going to increase in the eastern Caribbean, we're going to see this moving in for some of us. Now, a big island by island difference. So I want to break down the rain totals ahead. Now, getting a look at the winds, let me start wide just to show you this system. Now, Trinidad, we were warm yesterday. Warm, we had some of the dust around. Winds have been more out of the south ahead of this big spin. Here's this big spin, winds, that white shading there, 80 kilometers an hour, 50 miles per hour, the gust over toward Bermuda. Now, look at this spin here, and what that's doing is drawing in some of the moisture over toward the eastern Caribbean. I talked about a big tail on this system. This is a strong system. Look at that red shading in there. Winds of 70 plus miles per hour, upwards of 110, 120 kilometers an hour. Very powerful system there, and that will draw in the moisture, and you see it right there. So here's the big picture. Then I want to zoom down, get into the wave heights and the rain totals. Now you see the rain and snow out here, but look at this spin right near Bermuda in a huge tail of moisture just kind of trailing this system that will work in. Now, for the most part, this will miss the eastern regions of Canada, the Atlantic region. That is some good news. Most of that action staying offshore, of course, the higher seas, and then back toward the Rocky Mountains, some snow. But there's that rain over toward the eastern Caribbean. Once we hit the end of the week, this spin is going to be far enough north where it kind of loses its influence in the Caribbean, and you see how that rain starts to shut off as we get into the weekend forecast. Still some showers around, but not as much as we work our way into Saturday. Then look at Saturday, the next front again rolling across the U.S. So we'll keep an eye on this. Eastern U.S. we'll see some rain and even some storms down toward the southeast U.S. Some much needed rain parts of Louisiana and Texas. And then we'll see that system clipping by the Caribbean by the second half of the weekend and next week. We'll talk more about that ahead. Let me give you the closer look. Now, here's St. Lucia, Dominica, you get over toward Saba, Statia, and you see here, look at this rain working its way through the eastern end of the Dominican Republic. Puerto Rico, the U.S. Virgin Islands, the British Virgin Islands, we're going to see some heavy areas of rain. We have a lot of clouds around and some gusty winds at times, but watching out for the rain. Keep me posted over towards St. Thomas, St. Croix, you see the rain in Anguilla, Antigua, Barbuda, St. Martin. We're going to see that higher chance of rain later today. In through our Thursday, even the ABC Islands, we're going to see some scattered showers. I'll break that down in the forecast. Then as we get into Friday, things start to relax. I mentioned how the system pulls far enough away that it loses its influence, so that rain chance will go down. But if you're dealing with some of the dust, say over toward Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, even Barbados, we've had some dust around. The dust will be a little bit better as this system will be nearby. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, same thing. So again, a lot of rain to contend with. Here, just kind of a closer look at the picture. We have the southerly flow to start in the eastern Caribbean, but look at this northerly flow right behind it. So we have winds out of the south here, winds out of the north here. Something has to be in between, and that's the storm system. That's the front along this storm system. Then as we work our way into tomorrow, so the winds will be gusty today. Tomorrow, the strong winds up toward Bermuda and then pulling up toward the North Atlantic. So the winds will be actually a little bit better and then turn more out of the east and southeast as we work our way into our Friday. And then we'll keep an eye on that next system that'll march across the U.S. Now look at these seas and how high they are. Caribbean, we're looking at a couple meters, could be as high as about 3 meters. So we're looking anywhere from about 7 to 9 feet in spots. Please use some caution, but very dangerous. Bermuda, back toward the Bahamas, seas have been incredible in the bad sense of the term. They have been very dangerous. You see these colors in here, that's 17, 18, 19 feet over 5 meters. And then as this really winds up as it passes Bermuda, we'll see some of those wave heights upwards of 30 feet, well over 6 meters, 6, 8, 9 meters, and then that kind of moves away. But still, the Atlantic facing side, we're going to see those choppy seas continuing. This is by the time we get into Friday, and then as we work our way into Saturday, this is Saturday, you see over toward the Caribbean again, we're going to see more of this northerly flow, and that'll crank up the seas somewhat. So choppy in the Caribbean, even choppier as we work our way into our Saturday. So again, watching those seas, thinking about our mariners out there, captains, I'll keep you posted on that best I can. Keep me posted as well in the comments. Now, as far as the rain goes, Bahamas, not high totals. Higher totals are going to be back toward the northeastern Caribbean. We had some rain over toward the Turks and Caicos. May catch an additional 25 millimeters or inch of rain in spots, but the focus will be more so over here. U.S. and British Virgin Islands, we could see some spots over 4 inches of rain or 100 millimeters of rain. That'll lead to some isolated areas of flooding. You know, when you get a good rain, kind of those areas that take on a little water. And then anywhere from the U.S. Virgin Islands, British Virgin Islands, swinging back toward Dominica, exactly what I was talking about yesterday. We're going to see some areas of heavy rain here, and I'll keep an eye on the mudslide threat. There could be a few mudslides. If we get some bands of rain over toward Guadalupe, say upwards of 150 millimeters of rain, kind of that black shading you're seeing in there, or 6 inches of rain, we could have some mudslides. So thank you for sharing this information. It's kind of a swath of rain, just the tail end of this system that will give us some of the higher totals. Jamaica, it's been cutting off. The seas were wild, though the wind was wild a couple days ago, but improvement, same thing as we get back through the Cayman Islands. Rain chance about 20% Trinidad and Tobago, but this system will help. While we're not going to see a lot of rain, it's going to help with some of that dust. Barbados, rain chance goes up to 40% on Friday, and you see in St. Lucia, we're going to have about a 50% chance of rain on Friday. Grenada, rain chance goes up a little bit, about a 30 to 40% chance tomorrow night into Friday. Rain chance about 40% on Friday, St. Vincent the Grenadines. You see the rain chance tomorrow in Martinique, about a 50% chance. Most of it will be to the north, but it could be around in Dominica. Dominica to the north, watching out for that chance of some flooding. Rain chance 60% tomorrow, 60% chance in Guadalupe, and as we just continue our way toward Antigua, Barbuda, the next 2 days, the rain chance getting higher, especially tonight and tomorrow. And then as we get back towards St. Kitts, Nevis, and Montserrat, 60 to 70% chance of rain tomorrow. This is that elevated chance of rain in Anguilla and St. Bart's. We're going to see that rain chance on the higher side, monitoring some flooding, some gusty winds as well. Same thing, St. Martin, Saba, and Statia. And the rain chance the next couple days, Puerto Rico, still elevated, especially eastern edge. Eastern side of Puerto Rico, a better chance of rain. So not all of us are going to get it, but back through the British and U.S. Virgin Islands, we have that high chance of rain, so please keep me posted in the comments on what you get, kind of the timing of it. I'll be checking those throughout the day. Dominican Republic, rain chance about to go down. It's been going down in Haiti. May catch a shower on the north, kind of the Atlantic facing waters today. Bahamas, again, some of those scattered showers, but the rain chance trending down, and it will be trending down in the Turks and Caicos. Rain chance stays limited in Cuba. Rain chance about 20% as we work our way into Belize, and about a 20 to 30% chance the Yucatan of Mexico. Now, as we get back toward Aruba, heaviest rain northeastern Caribbean, but I mentioned over toward parts of Colombia and Venezuela, some of the showers kind of creeping in and lifting to the north. So Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire, we have a chance of some of those scattered showers over the next 2 days. Bermuda has been a mess. The gusty winds, thinking of you, dealing with those dangerous seas and some of that rain. Costa Rica and Panama, rain chance 20 to 30%, 20 to 30% chance in Guyana, and in Suriname, looking at about an even 30% over the next 3 days. So plenty to watch with these storm systems moving by. Rain chance about 40% in northern Venezuela and Colombia with some of those showers. So areas of rain moving in, watching out for areas of flooding and those gusty winds. Dangerous seas continue. And I'm monitoring the southeastern Caribbean. I just checked. No recent earthquakes. We've had 2 over the last few days near Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, and Venezuela. Monitoring that area because it could be a cluster of earthquakes, which means there could be a few more. I'll be watching that throughout the day. Thank you for being part of this weather community, and have a great rest of your day.